All right, gumbo time. It's some gumbo time. It's some gumbo time. All right, Easy Bakers. So I'm bringing you guys today authentic Louisiana gumbo. If you haven't already, follow me on Instagram at Dabney Freeman. And please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell if you find this video to be helpful. Now, let's start with our roux. With your roux, you cannot make a gumbo without your roux. And the only thing a roux is equal parts of fat and flour. My fat I'm using today is vegetable oil. I'm using a half a cup of vegetable oil with a half a cup of all-purpose flour. What I like to do, and I think it made it kind of easier for myself, was to put those two ingredients in my iron skillet, give it like a little turnaround mix around before I turn the heat on. I'm not gonna hold none of y'all Easy Bakers up because y'all know how we roll. This recipe can be very intimidating. It can be very intimidating because it is not a beginner recipe. It is something that you really have to kind of take like slow and go. And when I say slow and go, your heat for your roux will have to be on a medium low to a medium heat. Now, if you're an experienced cook, you know what I'm saying, like my shirt, like my shirt off. You know, you can kind of do a medium to a medium high. So I put up, look at that kombucha, y'all. When I tell y'all I've been in the house too long and it's time to get back to the gym at home and I'm working on my kombucha and detoxing, that's what we're doing. So here we go, back to the video. I got my heat on a medium heat and I'm just going to continuously stir this mixture. I'm getting the size of the pot. I'm getting in the pot. You cannot walk away from this and you have to continuously stir for almost 30 minutes. So you ain't about that life, I suggest you go to Louisiana Bistro if you are in the Atlanta area, or take your butt down to Louisiana and get you some gumbo. But do not go to the tourist area because as me and Mona know, that's not where it's at. Anywho, but go ahead and continue to stir this on medium to medium low. But if you're an experienced cook, you can do medium high to a medium. And you're going to start to gradually see your roux change colors. It's like magic. So now you guys have noticed that instead of it being a blonde roux, now it is turning not dark chocolate brown, but it's brown. So you're going to continue to stir. And if it's like that and you don't smell any burntness, then you are still on the right track. Just go ahead, honey, continue to stir. So we going a little bit darker, you guys. So at this point, you may start to smell like a nutty fragrance. That's not burnt, okay? So that's absolutely normal to smell like a hint of nuttiness, you know, because right now it's turning into like a peanut butter complexion to me, you know. So you're just gonna just keep stirring, and you want to keep stirring because you do not want your mixture to separate. Like I said before, please do not walk away from your roux. It is super easy to walk away and get distracted with your kids, with work, or with anything, and boom, pow, pow. Your stuff messed up and you got to throw it away. So 15 minutes of your life, gone. So you can actually stop right here and just go ahead and move on to making the gumbo. But I'm a type of person that wants to get that black roux. So now that I got that chocolate complexion, girl, I look in the mirror and I look at this pan, I'm like, ooh, we the same color. So once it gets to that complexion, I turn my heat off, but I keep stirring. The reason why I keep stirring is because the pan is still extremely hot and the roux is gonna continue to cook. Once you turn your heat off and you're stirring it up, you're just gonna let it rest for about 10 to 15 minutes. And I'm showing you guys right now the different stages that your roux is going to be. You can stop at stage 3 or 4, but I like to continue to stage 5. You see how beautiful and chocolate this roux is? This is something that they like to call a black roux, honey. This thing's so good that I done burnt my spatula, honey. Spatula couldn't take it, bamboo spatula. Now I put it in the dishwasher, it was fine. Now we're gonna move on to our gumbo. So now I turn my heat back on to a medium low heat because it's already hot, because it's a cast iron skillet, and the beautiful thing about a cast iron skillet, it holds heat evenly for a long time. So go ahead and add your trinity to this pot. And like I said, you guys, you see how it's already steaming up, and this is on a medium low heat. So I'm gonna add, if you don't know what a trinity is, it is onions, bell peppers, green onions, and celery. As you guys can see right now, I did not add my bell peppers at this moment, and the only reason why I didn't is because, girl, I was on the phone talking. Stop talking on the phone. But I went ahead and add my bell peppers. The key to this, you want to add sweet bell peppers. When you buy bell peppers come with 3 humps, or it comes with 4 humps. I use the one with 4 humps, and I believe a lot of people say use the one with 4 humps because they are sweeter. If you know someone that's real country, they gonna say it's the female bell pepper. But bell peppers is neither female nor male, but you know. But yeah, that's just a southern thing, honey. To say the female bell pepper. Don't correct them, just like the one with 4 humps. Just keep on going with it. But go ahead and add your bell peppers, your celery, your onions, and just let those cook down for a minute. And you're gonna be concerned like, oh no, I'm supposed to keep stirring. You do not have to stir as much right now because your vegetables will create their own type of juices, and it's just gonna be all kind of bubbly goodness. If you guys can see right there, you see all that goodness that is right there. So it's gonna create moisture to your pot, so you don't have to worry about burning it. But please continue to stir and let those cook down. And once they cook down and they're gonna look something like this, you're just gonna go ahead and add your sausages. I use Hillshire Farm sausages. Go meat. But whatever. So I put my sausages in there. I give it a nice, good, big stir, and I let that cook as well. Cook down as well. And at this point, you guys, I was a little nervous. Y'all see that big pot right there? I was like, man, please, Lord, don't let me have to put this gumbo in this big old pot because I done got the wrong skillet out of the cupboard. But I was all right. So now I'm going to go ahead and add about 4 to 6 boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I personally season my chicken thighs with like the normal kind of, garlic powder, onion powder, you know what I'm saying, little razzle-dazzle. But some people don't season it before they put it in there, but I season everything, honey. So go ahead and put your chicken inside of your mixture and let it cook until it is done. Now I personally like to go ahead and just chop up my chicken thighs because it's already, it's done. It did not take long because this is an iron skillet. Girl, the things you need to have in your cupboard is an iron skillet. And if you don't, that's a problem. Now I'm going to add all my spices. I added my bay leaves. I added my Cajun seasoning, my paprika, thyme, pepper, garlic powder, salt. All of these measurements will be in the description box for your convenience. Come on, Easy Bakers. Yes, and then you're going to give that a nice, good mix. One thing that y'all know, if you are a veteran Easy Baker, y'all know I mix to death. That came in handy for this recipe right here, honey, because you going to have to stir, all right? And I'm adding my salt right now. But you can add it when you add the rest of the spices. I was just yet again on the phone gossiping, girl, talking about people, and forgot to add my salt. I probably shouldn't tell y'all this. But yeah, honey, I was on the phone talking. And I forgot to add my salt. And I was like, girl, you better add your salt to this. Gumbo gonna be tasting like the gumbo I had at Sea Breeze in New Orleans. Straight heat, and that's it. But the gag is you want to go ahead and taste it right now. That you got your seasoning in it. And you want to adjust your spices just a little bit. You want it to taste like how you kind of want it to taste, you know, because you're already next is going to add your chicken broth. Sorry, you guys, I'm outside and the children are outside playing. So if you hear them enjoying their best life, that's what they're supposed to be doing. So sorry. But I'm going to go ahead and add my chicken broth and beef broth to this. You can either use all chicken or all beef, or you can use, what is it called? Shrimp stock. But I'm using both chicken and beef, and I'm going to add some lump crab meat to this. Mix this around, and I'm just going to let it cook for about 35 to 40 minutes on simmer. So simmer means low heat. Cover it and let it cook for 40 minutes. And I added a few dashes of Tabasco. And the reason why I did, because y'all know I'm a Disney fanatic. And, you know, Princess and the Frog, and Tiana was like, add a few dashes of Tabasco and you good to go. And I was like, shoot, I'm going to add me a few dashes of Tabasco. Like Tiana, okay. And... And I also added 6 teaspoons of garlic. I did not add this to my roux at the time I added my trinity, because I was afraid that the garlic would burn, because it doesn't take much for garlic to burn. So I just went ahead and added it at this point. And now you're just going to go ahead and let this cook for about 35 to 40 minutes. So now, you guys, this gumbo has only been cooking for about 10 minutes, but I was like super excited to get in it. So that's why I just started stirring up. But just leave your gumbo alone and let it sit there. But I was super excited because I love the New Orleans culture. I love it so much. And I was super excited that I was able to bring that culture into my home, which is such a beautiful thing about food, you guys. Food definitely brings us together. So at this point in time, I am starting my rice. I am using the rice hack that Sakina used in her video. I will definitely link her video down in the description box and in the iCard, so you guys can know how to really do this rice hack without having any type of frustrations with it. So now look at my baby. Say hi, mother. Hi. What helps me not overcook my shrimp is I add it to the pot, turn the heat off, mix it around, kind of trying to put the shrimp towards the bottom of the pan, cover the pan, and let it continue to cook for at least 10 to 15 minutes. So this is my rice, you guys. I think this hack is such a wonderful hack that I would never go back to cooking rice on top of the stove. No, I'm bougie now. I cook my rice in the oven. Ain't no way, ain't no pay. Super excited. But definitely thank you guys for watching this video. I really do appreciate you, my easy bakers. And one thing that you will notice, that the broth is not thick. It's very loose. I would have added more, but my pot couldn't take it. So guess what? She didn't, because she ain't gonna cook it in nothing else. So go ahead and get your white rice that we just cooked in the oven perfectly, because it's all fluffy, duffy, ruffy. And you're going to just go ahead and top this up on there. Make sure they get that juice so it can be all nice and yum sauce. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching this video. I will definitely talk to you guys on my next video. Drop a comment with what you want to see next. All right, you guys. How do you guys like the gumbo?
Love it. Love it. It's good.
Oh. And we're gonna pair this with our crawfish.
The bread?
Crawfish bread. Yum yum sauce. It's hot. I'm sorry, go say it again.
Mine's
It's
with
real good.
just cheese and sweet paprika.
Paprika. Yep, you only got bread with cheese and sweet paprika.